hi, hello, and all that good stuff. My name is Allie. I am the Chaotic Reader, and this is where I talk about book things. So today I'm bringing you my December TBR, and yes, I'm finally back to BookTube. Ow. It hurts when you need me with your claws. I appreciate that you love me, but that hurted. Meow. Yes, I am back to filming. I'm back to BookTube. Finally returning. I actually had filmed a November TBR and I went to edit it, and I think I even edited the whole thing, and I just hated it. Hated everything about it. Wasn't feeling it. Just felt like maybe I was not ready to start filming again. So I said I'm gonna hold off till December. And it is now almost December. I have my December TBR all figured out, and I also have to film my readathon announcement soon that you can expect sometime in the beginning of December. I'm not sure exactly when yet. And I'm excited to be back. Anyway, before I blab too much, let's just go ahead and talk about my plans for December. So I am participating in the Reindeer Readathon. I am Team Mistletoe, which is hosted by Break Even Books. I will link their channel down below, as well as all the information about the readathon. Depending on when I get this TBR out, you might still have time to sign up if you want to join. But if it is December, then I am sorry. There is no more time for signups. Let's just go ahead and get into the prompts and what I picked for them. I'm sorry if you can hear scrabbling or meowing or barking. I'm trying to kind of talk so I can edit around it, but the animals are just kind of everywhere at the moment, and there's 3 dogs and a cat, so you know, animal sounds are a daily thing in my house, so I'm sorry if that annoys you. The first prompt is Dasher, which is to read a book with a one-word title. For this, I have picked out Penance by Kanai Minato, which is a book I will be reading on my Kindle. I don't really know very much about this other than I remember I got it back in October on some sort of Kindle deal when I was feeling all those spooky vibes, kind of wanting to read some thrillers, some horrors, and didn't end up actually reading a whole lot of anything. So I have this one, and it sounds interesting, and I've actually heard good things about Kanai Minato. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it because I don't really know anything about it. The synopsis is something along the lines of girls who, there was a murder, one of their friend group died, and now it is into the future and they're still dealing with this or something. That's not even an explanation at all. Moving on. The next prompt is Dancer, which is a sequel or a companion. For this, I'm going to be picking up Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. Last month I read The Lightning Thief and really enjoyed it, and so I want to reread the rest of the series now, and I don't really remember anything that happens in any of the sequels, to be honest. I read them for the first time, I think, in middle school, and I haven't read them since, and I just don't really remember anything. But I really like the series, I really like the Greek mythology in it, and I was just feeling those Greek mythology vibes recently. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on with that series. The next prompt is Prancer, which is a book with a map in it. I decided to go ahead and pick the book that I'm going to be reading for the weekend Polarathon happening at the beginning of December. I'm so excited to be participating in this. I love polar fantasy, thanks to JD Ray Reads, who is hosting the entire Polarathon, and I'm just really excited. It's going to be a really cozy weekend. There's going to be reading sprints, there's just going to be hanging out, I'm going to have some hot cocoa, I'm going to have some cookies, I'm going to curl up with the polar fantasy, and it's just going to be a really nice and relaxing way to start December. If you are at all interested in participating, all you have to do is read polar fantasy. That's it. So I'll link that down below. And for that, I'm going to be reading A Shiver of Snow and Sky by, I don't remember, the book is on my Kindle, I'll put the picture here. I don't know a lot about this one either. This is an ongoing theme with my TBRs that I can't describe anything to you. This book sounds very kind of lyrical and magical and atmospheric from what I've read about it. So it just seemed like it'd be a really good read for the kind of feel I'm going for that weekend. And I'm excited to get into it because it's a polar fantasy and I will read pretty much anything that is a polar fantasy. The next prompt is Vixen, which is a book with a strong female lead in it, or a fox. I couldn't find a book with a fox in it that I wanted to read, so I went with strong female lead. And for this, I've decided to finally pick up Made You Up by Francesca Zappia. One of my kids' toys just started going off and I'm pretty sure my kid is napping. Okay. I swear all children's toys are like haunted or something and they just decide to go off whenever they feel like it. Back to talking about the book. This book I don't know that I have really high hopes for. It's been on my TBR for a really long time and I just think it'll be a quick read. I want to go ahead and give it a shot. I kind of wanted to mix up my TBR with different genres and different kinds of books this month. I don't know if this is going to be any good. I haven't, I think, heard anyone really rave about it, but I think I should at least enjoy it. It is about a girl who has some mental health issues. She has some delusions. It sounds like possibly she has schizophrenia or something along those lines. And this is something that she is struggling with, but she is a badass girl and she's just trying to get through it. And I don't know a lot more than that. I do like books that have focus on mental health rep. I don't know if it is good in this book or not. We will see. The next prompt we have is Comet, which is to read an intimidating book. I decided to go ahead and pick Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas for this because at this point, it is an intimidating read to me. I have had it since it came out. I've owned this nice hardback copy and I have not picked it up. I don't know what is wrong with me. I call myself a Sarah J. Maas stan. I love Sarah J. Maas. Okay, honestly, I've only read the ACOTAR series, but it's like my favorite series, so I don't know why I haven't gotten to this, but I'm gonna get to it now. It's an 800-page beast. Maybe that's part of why it's intimidating me. I don't know, but I'm really excited to read it, and I'm actually gonna be buddy reading this with Looks and Books Tina. I will link her channel down below. She, at this point, has become like one of my best friends, and I'm so excited to be reading this with her. I think it's gonna give me the motivation I need to finally get into it, to be reading and talking about it and raving about it with somebody else. I'm excited to read this. On to the next prompt, which is Cupid, a genre you love. I kind of just went with a feel I love for this, and I went with The Gifted School by Bruce Halsinger. I just felt like I wanted to read this, so I feel like it fits. I don't really know exactly what genre this would fit into, I suppose. It gives me kind of like Big Little Lies feels, which I just like books with that kind of feel. I really loved that book, and this gives me kind of those same feels, and so I'm really excited to see if I enjoy this. I don't know a lot about this. I got it in a book of the month a long time ago, and it basically sounds like it's about an elite private school and the parents kind of thing. It sounds good. I'm interested to give it a read. Hopefully I like it. Hopefully it gives me those kind of Big Little Lies feels, because I'm definitely down for that. Next up, we have Daughter, which is to read a book with something hidden inside, whether that be chapter headers, some kind of design, pictures, something along those lines. And I decided to go with American Royals by Catherine McGee because it has these cherries and crowns hidden right inside the cover here. So yeah. This book I have heard is trash, but the fun kind of trash, and it is a romance about if America had royals like the UK does, and I don't know, I got kind of like red, white, and royal blue feels from it when it first came out. I don't know if it's anything like that at all, but I am just ready for some trashy good times with this romance here, and hopefully it'll be a quick read. Okay, so my son is waking up from his nap, so I'm gonna go ahead and get through these last two pretty quick here. We have Blitzen, which is to read a book with some sort of struggle, and I went with internal struggle. I'm going to be reading My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell on my Kindle. I got this recently on a Kindle deal, and I've been interested in it since I first heard about it. It is a Lolita retelling, and it is about a girl who realizes that when she went out with a college teacher and had this kind of romance with her college teacher, that she was being groomed and that it was a creepy relationship and that it wasn't okay, even though at the time she thought it was okay. And so it goes between the past and the present about kind of her coming to terms with that and struggling with everything that happened. Lastly, we have Rudolph, which is a main character that doesn't fit in, and for this I'm finally going to pick up Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender. This is a book about a trans boy, and I actually don't remember much more about what it's about. I just know that there would be a struggle with fitting in because our society is not always as accepting of people who are considered different, and I've heard really, really good things about this book. I'm really excited to give it a read. Yeah, and that is it. I'm sorry that I gave horrible, horrible descriptions of all of those books. I feel like I don't know what anything I'm reading is actually about, but I think it's gonna be a good month. I'm excited for the kind of variety of books that I have, and I'm just ready to get into reading. I'm so in the mood for a readathon and for reading and for filming again. I'm hoping to do some vlogging, probably not the whole month, but at least the Polarthon weekend, and then maybe another weekend or a weekly vlog. I don't know. I'm just kind of going with the flow here, and I'm excited. I'm excited for December. And remember that my readathon announcement will be coming out soon for Explorathon, which is the first term of the Explorers Academy, and that is happening all through January. It's gonna be really fun. We're doing classes and prompts, and there's gonna be a school festival one of the weekends, and it's just, I have things planned and I'm really excited, and I hope that you'll think about joining me for that sci-fi fantasy themed readathon that I host, and yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoy having me back. If you like what I have to offer, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, comment down below. I want to hear what you're reading, what you're most excited to read in December. If you are feeling those holiday feelings, subscribe as well so you can see more from me. Yeah, bye.